Start a tigernut business. And starting a tigernut business, you can start with as low as 200,000 or even less, 200,000 naira or even less. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tochi, and on this channel, we talk on how to improve your brand, grow your business, and also business tips, right? So let's dive right into the video. First off, you need to do your research. You need to know the product. You need to know your market research. Do your market research. Know the ingredients that you are going to use to start the business. There people put different ingredients in their tiger nut. A it's not just you sourcing for the tiger nut. There are different things that goes into the tiger nut juice, right? You can put your date. I'm so sorry if you're hearing noise. They are fixing something close to my house. You can put your date, you can put ginger, you can put, just make inquiries, different flavors of tiger nuts. There are different ways that people make these tiger nuts. The number two is for you to know where you will get your products. First thing, you have to know that you can also use dry tiger nuts and you can use fresh tiger nuts. So it's not just only the fresh tiger nuts you can use. When you're unable to find the fresh tiger nut, you can make use of the dry tiger nut. The only thing you need to do is to soak it into water, and it comes up, and then you'll be able to use it. And then in the process of sourcing for these products, is the process of sourcing for especially the tiger nuts, you need to know the markets that you can go to depending on how you're starting. Because I would also advise you start small, then you graduate into medium and then large scale, right? Because you need to know your market and all of that. So if you're starting small, there are markets where they do wholesales. You go there early in the morning where they offload all these things, and you go early in the morning to get from them. But if you're starting in a larger scale, you can actually get from the northern parts of Nigeria, of course. You can also get from the northern part of Nigeria where you get it in a larger scale, and where they do a larger scale farming for all of that. Number three is you getting the right equipment. Tiger nut juicing does not require much in the right equipment. What you just need is your sieve, your blender, and you need to get the right type of blender. That's very important, because it's not all blenders that can be able to, you know, grind your tiger nuts, right? Because it's a hard nut. So you need a blender that grinds hard nuts. That's why it's important that you make your inquiries very well and know the type of blender that you can use for it. You get your blender, your sieve, your bowls, and all of that. I'm going to put them on the screen so that you'll be able to see the things that you need for starting the business, and then yeah, you can start the business. Number four is your production process. How is your production process? You need to make sure that whatever you're going to be using, like the equipment you're going to be using, is going to always be neat. Take your hygiene very serious, because this is what people are going to be putting into their body. They are going to be taking it into their body. So you make sure that the production process is very neat. You always wash your tiger nuts. Just do the things the right way, that it will be healthy, because tiger nut juice is looked at as a healthy juice, right? A healthy drink. So you need to make sure that the drink that you're making for people is going to be healthy. People are not going to take it and start complaining of running stomach and all of that. So your production process has to be very hygiene, very clean, and all of that. And then let's dive into the number five, which is your branding for your business, which is your branding and your packaging. You need a good packaging, like that makes your product trustworthy. If I'm walking on the road and I just see a random tiger nut, I might want to take it because of how it looks. It looks neat, it looks well branded, it looks, how it's packaged might be the attraction that want me to try it. But if you package and then you just buy your regular jerry cans and all of that, or your regular how would I put it, cans. I'm going to put an example, like all these water, table water cans. I might not want to buy it because of the way it looks. So I would advise, I know you're starting small, you just get few cans that are not your regular bottle water cans. You know that people already know the type of cans that bottled water uses. So even if you remove the bar, because I noticed that a lot of people that I see selling tiger nut drinks on the road, they use all those cans. And to me, I feel like, whose mouth has entered that can before you use it? For me, even if you wash it, I won't feel like it's neat for me to use. So, but when you get all these cans that they are using for juicing, when you buy them new and you wash them and use them, they look totally different from the regular table water cans. So it's going to encourage someone to buy, even if you don't have your brand name on it or anything. The way it looks is actually going to invite the person to buy. So your packaging is very important. Next one is your pricing and your profit. You need to make sure that the way you're calculating your cost, your expenses, and everything, you're going to put everything. The transportation, I always say that make sure that you calculate your expenses the right way, so that when you're putting price, you're getting your profit. It's not when you have calculated and then you're not going to get any profit because your pricing is not, you know, the way you have calculated it is wrong. So make sure that everything that you did, every transportation, everything you did, you calculate it in that product, and then you use it to cost your product, so that you'll be able to make profit. So the number 7 is very important because it's also part of the hygiene, which is you knowing the storage lifespan of tiger nut drink. So we all know that tiger nut is not a drink that you just leave for a very long time and it's going to spoil. So when you're making it, you know your customer base, you know how your customers buy. Or if you are just starting off, you just start a little, you can make like 10 bottles, you can make like 20 bottles if you're just starting, and then use it to, as time goes on, use it to know your customer base and how they regularly buy from you, so that you not be wasting money. Because once the tiger nut stays for more than 5 days, it starts to spoil, even if it's in the refrigerator, right? So it's advised that you know your customer base and you know how to do it or produce it in a way that it doesn't waste your money. The eighth point is for you to know your marketing, like how are you going to market your tiger nut business. Starting as a small scale, you can actually start marketing from, meeting people, telling them about it. You can go to gyms, you can go to supermarkets. Though supermarkets most times will require you to register for NAFDAC and all of that. So you can just go to shops, people that you can display. You have cooled your tiger nut and you can display in their shop. And also you can go to schools, offices, just market yourself around, and on social media also. So one thing about social media is you can market yourself, but people want to see customer reviews and all of that. So you will need your customers to always give you videos of how they feel about your drink and all of that, for you to be able to use it on social media, because it's an edible thing. So people want to be sure of your customer base. It's not just probably just buying clothes or hair and all of that. So people want to be more careful on buying from you. So at this point, I would advise you make sure that you register your business, because it's an edible thing. It's something that people are taking into their body. So you need to register. Once you see that is growing, it's coming up, you register the business, you make sure that you start going for the process of NAFDAC so that you'll be able to expand better, like going to supermarkets and all of that. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and also please leave a comment in the comment section for me if you really enjoyed this video. And if you have one or two things you want to add to what I have said here, you can also leave it in the comment section and we can communicate from there. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.